while we're on the topic of GMs, the Washington Capitals, Chris Patrick, meeting the media, their new GM. Listen.
I mean, I never really thought, I never had this as an end goal when I first got back into the game. You know, I just wanted to be involved with the team. I wanted to do a good job. I want to try to help the Caps win the Stanley Cup. I feel like over the 10 years that Mac's been involved, I've definitely gotten to the point where I feel 100% ready to jump into it and get going. So I guess it's kind of evolved over time. My intention is to be competitive. I'm not a guy that likes losing, and I truly believe that we can transition, you know, for lack of a better term, past the Ovechkin era with a competitive team.
You know, I take a step back. Chris is going to be more day-to-day with the team, with the coaches, with, you know, pretty much everything. The training staff, strength and conditioning. He'll be working with, you know, hands-on every day, and I won't be able to do that anymore. I'll be, you know, consulting with Chris, you know, more in the office, watching games, and then we'll still work together to make good decisions.
I still have trouble understanding how they could go from a -37 goal differential into the playoffs. They did it. These Washington Capitals. Chris Patrick's resume, 16 seasons, is a good body of work. And in that organization, he has worn many hats. Of course, he was drafted by the Caps, 8th rounder back in 1994. Very, very interesting and exciting path to this point for him. As he takes over, it's interesting. The comings and the goings. Earlier this week, we were talking about TJ Oshie.
Yeah.
He was a pillar on their road to their only Stanley Cup in franchise history. Nick Backstrom, last year. Players get hurt, things happen, and you have to adjust on the fly. What do you think of the situation he's inheriting as their GM?
Yeah, it comes with its challenges, no question about it. I mean, you've got a, you know, we talk about the window often. Is the window open? Is this a championship opportunity for any organization? I think, you know, where the Caps are concerned, you know, because you've got an Ovechkin, that resonates with that fan base in the way that he does. And by the way, there's this record we've heard about that he's chasing. You know, you're trying to keep this club relevant, and you're somehow precluded from going through the typical cycle that clubs do, which is windows open, take your shot. As window closes, time to retool and go on again. This is, you know, kind of adjusting in the moment to make the most of the current situation. So I think that comes with some peculiarities that not every, certainly incoming general manager ever faces. But, you know, between McLellan and Patrick, who've worked a good while together already, this is a management team that to me really seems up to the task. I played with Big Mac at an earlier stage in my career. We overlapped in Calgary. Savvy hockey guy, man of few words, but really a shrewd understanding for the game.
Some fan bases will say, we're going to run it back? No more moves? Not a single Capitals fan said, are we going to do more? They did a lot. Busiest team this offseason. Names, additions, subtractions. Bringing in Pierre-Luc Dubois was a bold move considering what happened in Los Angeles. First year of an 8 times 8.5 didn't work out, and here he is, the Caps taking a calculated risk there.
Yeah, and it's interesting too, right? The way the Caps are going about it is a somewhat different path than, say, maybe a Nashville has. Nashville taking down some top-end signings, and of course, in part, that's due to the fact that they had the space, cap space to do it. But where Washington's concerned, you're rubbing up against that cap. You got to be a little bit more creative, just in terms of who you go out and acquire. Taking in somebody like a Logan Thompson, who for maybe intermittent stretches has been a #1, but never really enjoyed that label for a long stretch of time. It's a unique signing, and one that may pay great dividends for this group. Pierre-Luc Dubois was a bit of a gamble in that respect. this is an opportunity for a Pierre-Luc Dubois. It could go, really one of two ways. The Caps are betting, at this moment in his career, he's got the skill set and the wherewithal to really step into the moment and be a contributing top 6 player that we've all felt from the start he's really capable of doing on a more consistent basis.
And as Grimmer mentioned, these Caps very well aware of the fact that the grade 8 is chasing 99 for the all-time goal record. That's going to be a huge story in the season to come.